Welcome to another session of the Get Clarity Challenge. This week, we're talking about taking action. So the first 2 weeks, we talked about decluttering our minds and focusing and planning, but now it's time for action. And this time around, I'm not the one who's going to be the talking. I have a guest with me here, my dear friend and coach, Eric Ferguson, who's going to have some activities for us as well. We're going to take action during the call as well. So Coach Eric, if you can introduce yourself and then take it away.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Anna. Thank you for having me on. I'm excited to take action. I'm excited to take action with everybody who's here today. Not only are we going to talk about taking action and how we take more action consistently, but we're also literally going to take action with exercises and what we're doing today. So the first thing, so first of all, we're going to talk about 4 different pillars that have worked in my experience in my life, and 4 different things that helped me take more consistent action and stay on track towards my biggest goals. In the bio, it talked about what I have done athletically. I was an athlete. I've traveled the world. But for me, the biggest commitment I had to make was the biggest action steps I had to take were when I was a pro athlete. And I learned how to, first of all, stay committed towards my action. So that's going to bring up my first point today that I want to share with everybody, and welcome everybody who's joining the call, by the way. So the first point is your commitment is your lifestyle. And I'm going to share a video in just a minute. But what I want to illustrate here, talk about is there is no, like in Life Book, we create a life vision. We create this big, large life vision. We take the time in 12 different categories to go through a premise, vision, purpose, and strategy, right? So we take a lot of time to make sure that our vision is something we really want, right? And that's really important. We're getting clarity, right? We're creating focus around that. So that's the first thing. Now that we all have this big, beautiful life vision, we've got to be committed to it, right? So John Butcher talked about it on the call. Your life vision has to permeate you, right? It really has to permeate you. And for me, playing professional baseball and athletics, and I had to be 100% committed. So for me, it's your commitment becomes your lifestyle. It has to be your lifestyle, right? It's not a, does this line up with my life vision? No, but, I might go down this road, if it doesn't match up to that life vision, it's not for you, right? So your commitment has to be your lifestyle to create this life vision. So with that, I want to share a video to start us off. And I'm going to share a lot of videos today and do some exercises after. So that's kind of how it's going to work for everybody. But first, I want to share this video by Will Smith. So I'm going to share my screen, Anna. And share. Okay, are we sharing? See that? Good to go? Okay. All right. So play about a 5-minute video here. So just kind of pay attention to what he's saying. Here we go.
I just believe that. I believe that I can create whatever I want to create. The first step before anybody else in the world believes it is you have to believe it. There's no reason to have a plan B because it distracts from plan A. I think that there's a certain delusional quality that all successful people have to have. You have to believe that something different than what has happened for the last 50 million years of history. You have to believe that something different can happen. Confucius said, he who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right. Being realistic is the most commonly traveled road to mediocrity.
We're going to move on to another clip here, another section of the video. Here we go.
Power that making a choice has, rather than feeling like you're at effect to all the things that are happening. Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff,
All right. Awesome. So I wanted to share that video in particular. Let's see. Guess I can stop sharing for now, Anna. But cool. All right. So I wanted to share that video, guys. First of all, it's as throughout my life, being an athlete and staying committed and making it my lifestyle. I used to listen to a lot of motivational stuff from Will Smith and Les Brown. And for me, that video has been so big in my life and motivating me and helping me stay on track to take action. So the two things I kind of want to pull from that, and then we'll get into an exercise for you guys, are number one, there's a plan A, but there's no time for plan B, right? Like I talked about before, when we create this big, beautiful life vision, there's no time to go and do something that doesn't line up with your life vision, right? And we're always editing it and, making it different as we move along, as we get to different goals. But you've got to be committed to those certain foundational goals, that overriding goal, right? So there's a plan A, but there's no plan B. Be committed, right? And then the second thing I want to pull from that is he says, this is one of my favorite quotes, and it's so simple, but he says, just decide what it's going to be, how it's going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide, right? And then the universe is going to get out of the way for you to take action. The universe is like water. It really is. So taking that action now becomes easier when you just decide, this is my commitment, this is my lifestyle, right? Period. And this is what it is, right? So for me, the first thing was, after I've created, okay, this is what I want, right? And after we've created our life vision, our big, beautiful life vision, next it's, okay, now I've got to find out what I'm committed to. That doesn't mean you have to beat yourself over the head and be harsh and over the top, but it does mean that you commit to something, right? You commit to something, and that becomes your lifestyle. So I want to get into a little exercise for you guys, and then I want us to share. Whoever wants to share is welcome to share. But this first exercise is just outlining your commitments. So I want you guys to write out 3 commitments for 2022 that you can take action on, right? So that, again, that doesn't mean you have to be over the top and harsh and be hard on yourself, but it's just 3 things, 3 commitments that that you can commit to, right, in 2022. So we can take a minute to do that. Yep. We'll reconvene in a minute, and then whoever wants to share their 3 commitments can share. Take about 30, 45 more seconds. Okay. All right. So we've got our 3 commitments for 2022. Hopefully you got those three of them down, just 3 of them. Is there anybody that would like to share what their commitments are for 2022? Just those 3 commitments. You're welcome to raise your hand or awesome. So we got Christian first. So yeah, we can unmute Christian and go ahead, Christian.
Yeah, hi. So what I put down is by the end of the year having launched my online business. So that's a definite goal which I'm working towards too, and I'm absolutely certain that this is possible. So I started the Mind Valley Life Coach certification, and it's going to take 4 months. It's going to be intensive, but I'm crystal clear on that. And having gone through like the Life Book Leadership certification already, I know that this is something I can do on the side. So there's like also kind of a track record, and eliminate all unnecessary spending. So everything that, you know, costs money but doesn't add to my life vision, that's out.
Beautiful. Awesome. So talking about that, you mentioned being definite on that. That's really the key to this commitment part, and it becoming your lifestyle, is that this commitment that you guys are writing out has to be definite. It has to be a definite thing that we're committed to. So that's one of the most important things about that commitment. So awesome. Thanks, Christian. And nice to meet you. And Anna, go ahead. You can unmute yourself and share.
Yeah, I have a similar commitment like Christian. I commit to launch my business before the end of the year. I also commit to stay present and enjoy the moment. This is something I keep reminding myself every day. That's the most important thing for me. And the third one is I commit to move to a new country and start a life that is in alignment with my life vision. And I'm making progress on all 3 of them already.
Amazing. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Is there anybody else that, Sandy, did you want to share? I saw your, and Burju, I'm sorry. Let's see.
Yeah, can I go ahead?
Go ahead, Sandy.
Well, I want to complete Lifebook this year. I started towards the end of last year, and for me to commit to as many Zoom meetings and projects as possible would be quite an achievement for me. I have a little business that's kind of ticks over, and I would like it we've just managed to get a logo, and we've got to get packaging. And I would really like that to start flying a lot more than what it is. And my whole life vision is that we live in a tiny cottage, but it is chock-a-block full of stuff, and I want to get rid of it and have a very calm place to live in.
You'd like to declutter a little bit, declutter your space.
A bit.
That's very important. Yeah. Spacing is so important for me, and being kind of minimalist. And so thank you for sharing, Sandy. And then I think we have two more. Yeah, go ahead.
I go, yeah. So first one is the body transformation commitment. I feel very committed to that. I'm very healthy, but I just want to go to the next level of having that fitness and lean body. The second is also about the business, to create a coaching business. And by that, I mean launching it and earning money with that, so that at the end of the year, I am at a space where I can live from it and then be able to live more the vision of traveling and working. And the third one, I'm not sure if there's a lot of commitment behind it, but it is about the relationship that I want to create. I want to move towards a committed relationship, but I'm not sure if that's a real commitment there, because I'm quite happy, or very happy, being single. So I'm not sure if that's a big commitment, but that was the third thing that came to my mind. So these three: body, business, and relationship.
Beautiful. That's amazing. I can say that one of my commitments this year is also finding a serious committed relationship too. So thank you for being vulnerable. Appreciate it. Victoria, looks like you got your hand raised. Go ahead, you can unmute yourself. And then it looks like we have time for one more. And I think that's William said he wanted to share as well. And then we'll kind of move on. But go ahead, Victoria.
Okay, so I am committed to, I'm practicing, I'm an entertainer and a caregiver, but getting a one-woman show previewed this year. And practicing towards that on a daily basis. So voice, dance, whatever.
Awesome. Beautiful. Yeah. Did you have more?
Yeah. And the other thing is to go to Mind Valley University to Estonia.
Woo! Hey, me too. I'm going. Yeah.
All right. You and me, kid. You and me. Yeah, it really tests my belief system in a big way, you know, of what I can do and what I can afford, and what I just in every single possible way it tests me. So and the last thing is getting not only in shape, like just maintaining I'm okay where I am and I can move. I really want to get in some top level shape, and especially for Mind Valley University. So yeah, awesome. So that's what I'm working on.
Great goals, amazing, and I love your background here. It's so colorful, so colorful and beautiful. My goodness, artistic.
Yeah, I have a decluttering commitment too that I'm working on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing, Victoria. And beautiful. We will move on, and William's got something to share here. So go ahead and unmute yourself, William.
Hello. Yeah. Yeah, I might go to Mind Valley U as well. So it would be really cool to meet all of you guys. That would be beautiful. Yeah, as for this year, I've been a little bit of a personal development junkie for the past few years. I wouldn't put it like that necessarily because it's not a bad thing. It might sound bad when I put it like that, but I've been reading a lot and learning a lot, and I've been seeing the results it created in my own life. And now is the right time. This is the year to bring it out into the world. So the action steps will be very evolved around bringing it out there, finding the right people, the people who will benefit from it or who can have a kind of opportunity where I can bring it out into the world more. Maybe they created some kind of a system. So that is in the career part. And then financially, I want to make some investments to make the money work for me so that they can grow by themselves. So EFTs. Yeah, nice, Christian. And also a relationship. I can say on relationship. I wanna, if I see a beautiful woman, I'm gonna go up to her and talk to her and that kind of stuff. Yeah, totally. This is an action step I can say as well. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's it for me.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining in. Awesome. So our next step that we're going to talk about here as we're moving on, we're going to shake things up a little bit. So I'm going to play a video, and the only rules for this video, guys, are one, you have to get up and move. You have to dance a little bit. And two, you have to crack a smile at least one time. So those are our rules. I'm going to share my screen again, and it might be easier than you expect here. We're going to play a little music. So everybody get up out of your chair, crack a smile, and maybe you can just mimic these amazing little dancers.
Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ayikholana buso wami awukholana.
Woo! All right. Love it. I saw everybody dancing. Beautiful. So my next point here, hope that brought a little movement, a little happiness, a little inspiration, motivation to your body. So my next point here is talking about raising your vibration in order to take consistent, deliberate action. So when we're able to not only take action, when we're able to enjoy our life, when we're able to create, like John Butcher talks about, emotional recipes to put us in a happy, grateful place. It's not just about repeating, I'm grateful. That's wonderful. Affirmations are great. But also, thank you for the chat. Also getting up and dancing. Also, move into your favorite kind of music. Also, for me, it's looking at the sun and saying thank you and grateful, and maybe it's working out, maybe it's yoga, maybe it's meditation, but it's really important for us to take consistent action to enjoy our life, right? This life is also about enjoying, right? So that's one of the most important parts of our life here, is enjoying and having fun. So for me, looking back at my athletic career, I was able to put myself in a good place before my big games, before I knew I had to take action. And so even before things like, I would show up, for example, if I had a baseball game at 7 p.m., I would show up to the clubhouse at 1 p.m. I would show up, I would make sure I put in a little extra work before, right? And some days you're doing that every day. Some days you show up and you're like, man, this is hard today. This is hard. And that's the time where I would raise my vibration. In my morning routine, I'm going to share another video here. And this one's a little bit personal for me, but it's a Canva video that I made about my life book. It might inspire you guys to make a Canva video as well. But this is something I watch every day. So it's something that I get up and it makes me feel grateful, right? It's one thing to repeat it, and that's wonderful. If that works for you and that's all you need, great. But if there's a day where you wake up and you're having trouble taking that action, you're like, do I have to do this today? Kind of thing, and staying committed to your lifestyle, to your life vision, raising your vibrational state is the best way, from my experience, to then go into that action, right? So I'm going to share one more video here, and then we'll get into an exercise right after that for you guys. Again, this is about you guys. But I want to share something that's personal to me and, slightly vulnerable, but that's okay. So I'm going to share my screen. One of your sacred choices? That's amazing, Anna. That's amazing. Love it. One of my strongest categories is quality of life and emotional life, because I focus a lot on that. So, all right. So this is about 2 minutes of my life book and life vision. So we'll just get into that. And yeah, just kind of listen here.
Sound, and when I fall, you tied a rope to me.
Whoop. Here we go.
You showed me how to spread my wings.
Oh, goodness.
Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back.
All right. All right. So that's that's a vulnerable share for me, but something I do on the daily because, you know, as you can see, I already feel that vibration. So yeah, my main point here is that raising your vibration makes you want to go into taking action, right? So once I do that, for me, once I do that, I go directly into the things that I need to do for the day, because I'm feeling grateful and happy. And so that's something, if you guys are interested in doing that for your life book, um, well, love the comments, life vision on steroids. It just it's that higher vibration. So not only are you going through and looking at your life vision, but you're also using music too, which is a beautiful thing. So that helps me take consistent action each day, right? Just being in a higher vibration. So with that, I actually have one quote as well, and this is by Dalai Lama, and he said, "In order to carry a positive action, we must develop here a positive vision," right? So we create that vision with our life book, with this Canva video. I'm creating this vision. You guys are creating your visions, right? And now we can carry out that action, right? So that's one of my favorite quotes right there. And so we're going to jump into an exercise. And this is actually, thank you for the comments, guys. Yeah, I'm all about raising my vibration, and giving other people that vibration. So we're gonna do an exercise. This is about 3 to 4 minute meditation. So now I want you guys to, in a second, I want you to close your eyes, and it's a guided meditation. It's part of the 6 phase of Vishen Lakiani from Mind Valley. And this is one of my favorite meditations, but this is a chunk of it. And this is the 4th phase of 6. So I'm going to play this actually on my phone through the app. Anna, if you just want to give me a thumbs up if you can hear it well. And then, yeah. So you guys are welcome to close your eyes. If you want to sit in a meditation posture, if you want to go on the ground, whatever you want to do, he will guide you through the meditation here. It's about visualizing your life vision. So, all right. So I'm going to put it up to the screen.
The future that we will create. And here's why I want you to bring to mind your visions and your dreams for your life 3 years ahead. Remember, we often overestimate what we can do in 1 year and underestimate what we can do in 3. So think of your life 3 years ahead. Bring back to mind any goal-setting methodology that you have tried that helped you gain a vision for your life 3 years ahead. You may choose 1 or 2 goals that you have for yourself. These could be career, or love, or health, or travel and adventure, or a way to expand your mind and body and soul. As you visualize this goal, make it as vivid as you can. Bring in all 5 senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Look for color. Exaggerate and highlight the colors that you see. Try to make the scene as vivid as you can. If your sense of vision isn't your dominant sense, don't worry. Simply focus on the other senses. Think about this goal as if it's already happening now. As you see this goal unfolding, bring back to mind the feelings and emotions that you associate with this goal. What do you feel? How does it feel? What positive associations and feelings and thoughts come to mind, knowing that this has now been accomplished? I will give you a few minutes to linger with your future visions. Remember to bring in all 5 senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell and touch and taste? Focus on color. See the vibrant colors associated with your goal. Bring to mind the feelings associated with your goal. What emotions do you feel when you think about this goal as having already happened? Focus on this feeling. See the colors. Focus on the feeling. You will now wrap up. You have now completed phase 4, future vision. We now go to phase.
All right. Welcome back. Yeah, for me, wrapping that up, raising my vibration and seeing that vision and feeling those emotions, whew, man, that makes me go and take action, because I can feel already what it's like. For me, it's being on stage, doing a TED Talk in front of hundreds, thousands of people. And so I can see that. I can see being on stage. So for me, raising that vibration is really important for me to go and do a little action right now. Something that's going to help me, like doing this workshop, something that's going to help me take that action. Right. So looks like Christian did the 6th phase this morning. Awesome, man. It's such, guys, if you want to look into that, yeah, it's on Mind Valley. I found it on the app, and it's a fantastic meditation. That was just one phase of 6, but that's a fantastic one. So hope you guys like that. And let's see, I think we could have time for 2 shares from that meditation if anybody wants to share. So does anybody raise their hand and want to share what their vision was in that meditation? Any takers? If not, that's okay too. We can move on, but just thought maybe somebody wanted to share. All right, Christian.
Yeah, so
so
whatever I see, it's always, connected to a beach. So beach or something nature-like is what I always see, together with my wife and the kids, but also like being part of a community of like a diversity of people, and like it's kind of like work and play are kind of intertwined into each other. It's it's just like living in a great community, in a co-elevating community. And and being involved in project I can choose to do because I have achieved the financial freedom that I need to do the project that I really want to do. So but the beach is like literally like usually one of the first things I see.
Right, that's amazing. Yeah, because it kind of, does it bring that sense of happiness or bliss or that good feeling to you?
Yeah, that definitely. I mean, nature in general. That's why I could really resonate with your hiking pictures, because like yeah, I mean, nothing beats that to, you know, to be on a hike in the outdoors. It's just like, yeah, it's really amazing. And feeling the water, you know, on the beach. So that, yeah.
Amazing. Awesome. I like how you said you're integrating that work and enjoyment as well, kind of work and play and family and people. And that's awesome to integrate that full life for your full potential. So the next point, we're going to move along here. These are a little bit shorter, but we're going to talk about jumping the hurdle of decision making. So one of the hard things about taking action and staying consistent is making a decision, right? Making a choice, right? Deciding to go and take that action that leads to your life vision, right? Because we get to a point where we might, you know, not feel like it or be less motivated. Happens, right? So like we talked about, raise your vibration. Also, I'm going to pull something from Atomic Habits here, and I want you guys to write this down. It's another exercise here, helping you jump the hurdle of decision making. So a simple strategy here. So I want you guys to write down this sentence. How can you make taking action on fill in the blank, one of your goals for this year, Again, that is, how can you make taking action on fill in the blank? Let me know if you need I need to repeat that. And then the 4 things that you're going to ask yourself are basically, how can you make taking action on obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. And this is from one of my favorite books, amazing book, Atomic Habits. Again, that's obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. So answer those 4 questions for that goal. And we'll take a minute here. So how can you take that goal and put an action step around it, and then make it a habit by making it obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying? And let me know if anybody has a question or missed some of it. I know sometimes I miss things when I'm in these workshops. So just let me know if you have a question, but we'll take a minute. Repeat first question. So the question is, how can I make taking action on, and then fill in the blank with a goal? That's the question. Does that make sense, Victoria?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
I struggle a bit with obvious. Could you maybe elaborate on that? Like, what would, for example, obvious could that be? Like, obvious in terms of?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, let me know. So obvious, what I mean by like an example of that would be, okay, if my goal is to get in really good shape. Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to be really toned. I want to get in really good shape. And I know that I need to run to get in really good shape, mm-hmm. right? Just a simple example. Okay. So making it obvious would be, okay, each morning, you know, I'm going to wake up. Okay. I'm committed. Let's just say 3 days a week. So on Monday, I wake up and I'm going to put my shoes and what I'm going to wear to go for a run. I'm going to put that the night before. I'm going to put it where I'm going to see it in the morning. When I get up, I'm going to walk right into it to make it obvious. So that's kind of example of how we make a habit obvious.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Absolutely. Awesome. So, yeah, hope you guys got that down. We're going to do one more exercise, and then if we have time, we can open it up for a couple more shares. Hopefully you got something out of that. That's pulled from the Atomic Habits, a great book that I read last year. All kinds of habit stuff. Awesome. So my last point here is finding your rest. So to take action, we've got to find that balance of taking rest as well. Right. So my analogy or my story, my experience is after I played baseball, I moved on to another sport of rock climbing. And what I realized when I started rock climbing, I wanted to get to the top. I wanted to send it. And that's what getting to the top without falling, that's what sending it means. So if it's 80 feet, I would work as hard as I could to get to the top without falling, right? But as I moved along and as I got more experienced, I realized in order for me to complete that goal of sending it to the top, I need to find rest, not only before, but I need to find it on the wall. While I'm climbing, I need to give myself a little rest. And this is an analogy for life, right? We've got to find our rest, relaxation in order to recharge, to take that action. So for me, it was climbing to a certain spot where I knew I could stand and lean into the wall, right? And I could shake out my arms. I could shake it out. And usually it was right before the hardest part, right? I knew where the hardest part was, 10, 15-foot section. And I knew that was the hardest climbing, the most demanding, the most stress on my upper body, a lot of stress on my upper body. So what I would do is right before I got to it, I would take my rest, right? And then I would climb and I was able to send it and complete that goal because I gave myself that rest. So another thing about staying on track and taking consistent action is giving yourself rest, giving yourself chill time. For a lot of us, I know myself, a lot of life bookers, we got to work on that. We got to make sure we take our rest because we're go-getters. We do stuff, and it's wonderful, but we also got to rest too. So with that, the exercise for this one is name one way in which you're going to take rest during this week or this month or 2022, whatever you want to do, and how you are going to do it, right? So name one way in which you're going to take rest. How are you going to take rest? And what does that look like? How are you going to do that? So we'll take another minute and maybe we'll have time to share. Type in the chat if you have a question. About 30 seconds here. Don't make it too difficult. All right, cool. So we have a couple minutes. Does anybody want to share how they are going to take rest in order to take action on their biggest goals and their full potential. Does anybody would like to share? Anybody who hasn't shared yet? Or got William again. All right, go ahead, William. You can raise your hand if you want to go next. Yep, you can unmute, William.
Yeah, I came to think about this weekend when I went on a date up the mountain with this woman I had met, and really heavy stuff getting up there. We made it to the sunset, so beautiful. Just going really hard and getting our legs really tired. And then when we got down, we had this we had booked this place with a jacuzzi and a sauna down by the ocean. And this is northern Norway, by the way. So it was minus 17 degrees outside Celsius, and went for a swim in the ocean, and that was just the perfect way to rest after something like that. And I would love to do more of that after, after you've been pushing for a goal, going for it. It doesn't have to be a mountain, it can be you working on your life vision, and you're just pushing, and then you got to find the balance as well with the rest like that. Yeah,
absolutely. Good stuff, man. Yeah, so rest doesn't have to be just sitting on the couch. It can be just lying on the couch, but it doesn't have to be. It can be doing something you really enjoy, like William explained, and that's awesome. And it looks like we got Christian again. Yeah, and you guys are welcome to share in the chat. If you don't want to talk, totally cool. You can throw it in the chat and you can say, this is what I'm going to do for my rest. That's totally cool too. And it looks like we have Christian to share here. So you can unmute yourself.
Yeah, I started taking naps. Afternoon naps, like 30-minute naps.
Yeah,
especially when I'm tired. Sometimes not. So meditation I do every morning. Not always the 6 phase, but that's a good ground base. And sometimes in the afternoon meditation. But something I want to do more of is taking some more rest time after I accomplish something, because I tend to get into that spiral, achieve something, and I already need to get forward to the next goal, and don't give myself enough credit for what I've done. So okay, Anna knows what I'm talking about, as it seems.
Yeah, I like 15 to 20-minute cat naps. Oh my gosh, for me those are huge. It really regenerates you, so that's big time.
More cool. Beach time, that too.
Beach time. Celebrate with the beach time. Also awesome. Cool. So unless we have any other shares, any burning desires to share, I'm gonna hand it over to Anna. I think that wraps up the hour there.
Sure. Yeah. Wow. We're at the top of the hour. We didn't feel it. It was really great. With the rest one, I wanted to share that there is this quote by Greg McGowan from one of the books, either Essentialism or Effortless. I don't remember. I think it's in Effortless, where he says, do not do more in a day than you can recover in a day. And do not do more in a week than you can recover in a week. So, and I remember my sister actually taught me this. She said, your heart doesn't beat entire day and then rest at night. The beats are, like this. It beats and stops. Beats and stops, right? So we need to take regular breaks within the workday. And that's why I like the Pomodoro technique, where I work for 25 minutes, take 5-minute breaks. That's been really helpful for me. And yeah, I want to take more naps myself. I feel like I don't have enough sleep lately. So it does rejuvenate. Thank you so much, Eric. This was absolutely fantastic. And to wrap it up, I think the best way to sum this up would be a quote by Reverend Michael Beckwith, where he says, Pain pushes until vision pulls. And since we're life bookers and we have a life vision, if we empower that life vision with a higher vibrational energy, we can overcome all those negative emotions that stop us from taking action. And we don't need pain to push us, because our vision will pull us and we will do the actions effortlessly. Thank you for joining us today.
Beautiful way to end